Good morning, Messiah. The reading for today, April 27th, is from Genesis chapter 18, verses 1 through 14. The Lord appeared to Abraham by the oaks of Mamre as he sat at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. He looked up and saw 3 men standing near him. When he saw them, he ran from the tent entrance to meet them and bowed down to the ground. He said, "My Lord, if I find favor with you, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. Let me bring you a little bread that you may refresh yourselves, and after that you may pass on, since you have come to your servant." So they said, Do as you have said. And Abraham hastened into the tent to Sarah and said, "Make ready quickly 3 measures of choice flour, knead it, and make cakes." Abraham ran to the herd and took a calf, tender and good, and gave it to the servant, who hastened to prepare it. Then he took curds and milk and the calf that he had prepared and set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree while they ate. They said to him, "Where is your wife Sarah?" And he said, "There, in the tent." Then one said, "I will surely return to you in due season, and your wife Sarah shall have a son." And Sarah was listening at the tent entrance behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in age. It had ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. So Sarah laughed to herself, saying, "After I have grown old, and my husband is old, shall I have pleasure?" The Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh and say, 'Shall I indeed bear a child now that I am old?' Is anything too wonderful for the Lord? At the set time I will return to you in due season, and Sarah shall have a son." The part of this passage that struck me the most was verse 12. So Sarah laughed to herself. I did some research this week about laughter. And during my Google searches on the subject, I found out that there are actually scientists who study why we laugh and even write books about it. An NBC News report said this: "Laughter is part of the universal human vocabulary. Every human understands it. Unlike English or French or Swahili, we don't have to learn to speak it. We're born with that capacity. In fact, the first laughter appears at about 3.5 months of age, long before we're able to speak. One of the most remarkable things about laughter is that it occurs unconsciously. You don't decide to do it. We don't consciously produce laughter. That's why it's very hard to laugh on command or fake laugh." Another scientist from a psychology study said that nervous laughter is a physical reaction to stress, tension, confusion, or anxiety. People laugh when they need to project dignity and control during times of stress and anxiety. In these situations, people usually laugh in a subconscious attempt to reduce stress and calm down. However, it often works otherwise. Now, neither of these experts were thinking of Sarah when she laughed, but they perfectly describe her situation. Here she is in her family tent, listening to a conversation between Abraham and guests that she doesn't even know who they are. Then God promises Sarah a child 4 times in Genesis, so she's a little skeptical when she hears this news. So is Sarah laughing unconsciously, or is it a nervous laughter? I think it's a little bit of both. Sarah was probably feeling, yeah, right, I've heard this before 4 times, it's not going to happen, as if she was laughing in disbelief at what she has heard. Or was she was laughing at the thought that this was actually going to happen. Having a child at her age would for sure lead to an uncontrolled, nervous laugh. I think laughter is one of the greatest gifts given to us. Unconscious and nervous laughter help us get through all kinds of joyous and difficult decisions and situations. Whether you're going to have a baby at age 99 or you're facing down a worldwide pandemic, I leave you with this quote: "Sometimes crying or laughing are the only options left, and laughing feels better right now." Have a wonderful day, Messiah.